Hello and welcome to another episode of Gotham Sound TV. I am very happy to be here with Virginie Frécaut from Overline Systems. Welcome.
Thank you.
We are here to show the Digitear in-ear system. I think that this is really great. First, we'll describe what it is. It's a system that lets you discreetly cue talent. Is that fair to say?
Yep, exactly.
And it consists of three main components. The first component is the base station, which is the overhead. If we switch to the overhead here, this is the base station with the screen.
The TX box.
The TX box. And associated with it are a number of access points. And you would put these access points where you want to establish range.
Exactly.
And we'll switch to the wider shot in just a second. There we go. So these are the access points. And then the next component is the belt pack, which is here. We'll put that here over the overhead. Tiny belt pack. And then finally, the earpiece itself, which is there. And so we'll just go over briefly how the system communicates. So between the base station, which you call the
TX box,
and the access points, what kind of cabling is that?
So that's 5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and so it'll go from the TX box to the belt pack, and from the belt pack to the earpiece, it's Bluetooth connection.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So between the TX box and the access point, we have just regular Cat5 off-the-shelf cabling.
Yeah.
And then between the access point and the belt pack,
it's Bluetooth connection.
I'm
sorry.
Access point to the belt pack is 5.8.
5.8 gigahertz.
Yeah,
yes.
That's great.
Sorry.
A number of things about the system that make it really great, I think. The access points are self-aware in the sense that they will scan the spectrum, right?
Yep, exactly. So the TX box will know exactly where to pick up the signal. And it's a 1 watt microtick antenna, so it's really very reliable. And there's absolutely no interference. As you saw on the TV set yesterday with wireless cameras everywhere, there was absolutely no interference. That worked perfectly.
Really great to see. Yeah. And how many inputs are on the TX box?
So it's 8 analog in and 8 analog out, so 8 inputs. So you have up to 14 belt packs per TX box.
We can see on the screen
here.
Yeah,
you can see the 8 in, 8 out XLR analog. And so this was originally made to have 1 belt pack per channel, so 8. We made a broadcast mode, which is where you can unlock a channel and have multiple belt packs per channel on the same channel. However, that does get rid of the talkback function, which we didn't talk about.
Hang on one second. So tell me, because I think most of the people watching this might understand intuitively, the 8 inputs can talk to 8 of these boxes.
Yep.
But what's up with the 8 outputs?
The 8 outputs is the talkback,
I can use this box to literally talk into.
There's a microphone right here, so you can press on this button here. I don't know if you.
If we go to the overhead and we
this
push
button
the
right
button,
here, you push one time, you can see.
There we are talking.
And then let me switch the menu. You can see there I'm talking on channel 1.
Path. Got it.
There you go.
And by the way, we're switching screens locally here, but everything is able to be accessed via computer.
Yep, you can. If you have a long Ethernet cord, you can put your laptop anywhere. There's an application where you can have this whole interface on your laptop.
Fantastic.
Which is great. If you go on certain channels, you can see the belt pack signal, the battery level, the in-ear status, so the little earpiece status, if it's connected, what the battery life is on there. Lots of cool little options. Yep.
So out of the box, I get 8 simultaneous talk paths. And I can pair multiple earpieces to a single talk path.
Correct. That's our new broadcast channel. That's
broadcast
what we'll
channel.
do. That's what will allow you to put multiple belt packs onto the same audio channel.
And is that why I get 14 total, even though there's only 8 in and out? So,
14.
okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of coverage, anywhere I need additional coverage, so for each zone, let's say, I just add an access point, is that right? And
That's the great part about Digitear. It's, instead of buying another system, another base station, you don't need to do any of that. You just need extra antennas, extra access points. And you can cover an unlimited amount of space.
What I think is really great about that is we're used to one-on-one.
Yeah.
And you're limited in the existing tools we have in this application. There's only so many simultaneous channels I can have going at once.
Yep.
I'm limited in range. One thing which you should come and come to Gotham Sound, we'll have a demo system for you to check out. The fidelity of the system is really phenomenal. It is high fidelity.
Yep, exactly.
I think, to be fair, we need to talk about the downsides, which is from just sort of looking at it. And again, I think if we switch to the overhead and if you put it here, it looks a bit bigger than other in-ear solutions. But if you don't mind putting it in your ear and just sort of showing it to.
Yeah. So you see the tip goes into the ear and you sort of twist it. And so it sticks perfectly. I like to say that there are, this is a typical, you can put any ear tips to it. It's not, we sell these, but you could put foam ear tip, you could put any type of
like
ear tip.
from a Shure
exactly.
in-ear monitor
like
ear tip. Yeah, that's great.
It's standard, so yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it doesn't disappear, but it is sort of, it sits in the ear.
It blends in. And we have 3 different colors also. So.
Nice. Fidelity is great. And then, there's a kind of, a couple of added benefits, which I think are worth talking about. We showed on the belt pack, which is really quite thin, we showed on the belt pack that, and light, you can have a push to talk, but also on the belt pack, there's a 4-pole connector. So, one of our sort of regulars at Gotham, he had an idea that maybe a stage manager could have a belt pack without an earpiece necessarily, and just use it to talk discreetly to talent, and then change channels, which is just a matter of plus and minus.
2 buttons.
Yeah, and be able to talk to, it's analog I/O, so they could talk to any communications 4-wire system. It's really super flexible. And then the other thing that's surprising for me is that it's Bluetooth between the belt pack and the earpiece.
Which means you don't have to use our earpiece. You can really just use any Bluetooth connection. So
like Joe here has AirPods.
You can use those. You can put one
AirPod.
Yep, exactly.
Which is cool. And conversely, you don't. You can pair the earpiece if you don't want this system with a cell phone.
Yep, exactly. There's a ClearCom app, which we can try. It's called Agent IC. So
if I choose that.
English,
And I have an earpiece that's paired to this phone already. I'll just put it up to my mic. I know it probably sounds like a tinny AM radio, but that's the source material. And it doesn't have to be the ClearCom app. It's a Bluetooth connection between these two
plug it
devices.
into your car if you want.
Right. And the earpiece itself is listen only. There's no microphone in the earpiece.
The earpiece is listen only. Yeah.
But for IFB queuing, it's a great system. The other thing we should talk about is latency.
Yeah.
So what is the latency?
So unfortunately, from the total from the TX box to the belt pack, and then the belt pack Bluetooth to the earpiece, they'll add up to a total of 80 milliseconds. 80
milliseconds. That's about 2 frames.
Probably the worst we'll get. But we like to tell people that right away so that they don't.
Right.
They know. Certain applications it will matter. Some won't matter as much.
For queuing and getting instructions from broadcast,
that's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hearing your own voice would be a problem.
That's where it's the problem. Yeah. Otherwise, other people who've tried it have said that latency is absolutely not an issue for.
And straight music playback you could do, but like if you had music playback and live talking and playback, that could get problematic.
Then that would be a little complicated.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Can't be perfect.
Check out gothamsound.com for prices. You did some math, and you figured about how many of the traditional systems?
So if you need, like, for example, 4 zones from Phonak, that's when our system becomes much more cost-effective and much more competitive. And then obviously the bigger it gets, the cheaper it gets, because all you need to do is add a $300 access point.
Right.
So then it becomes extremely cost-effective and really, really cheap. So yeah.
It's great, and we have a demo system here. So please, you got to listen to it. It really is. It really is great. Any questions, Joe?
There was a question about the ClearCom app and how that works, and does it work with Android and iPhone?
Oh, yeah.
But also, how can you see that as an application?
Well, it's funny. We're going to visit a customer that's using it. They want discrete earpieces in the field, so they're interested in just the earpiece. And not necessarily, the transmit box and the access points. And they would pair the earpieces to the phone, and then that's their answer for queuing their on-air talent. And for those that don't know Agent IC, it's a fantastic app from ClearCom that allows intercom functionality on a phone and IFB functionality on a phone. We should do a whole other live stream about Agent IC, but anyways.
And a quick search, it is available. Agent IC from ClearCom is available on the Android smartphone, tablet, and iOS.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's free.
And I mean, but also, like, let's say somebody was trying to build a communications platform with this, because Agent IC locks you into some ClearCom products, which is fine. But you could use it like any of the game chat apps. Any of the Slack has a chat app, or Discord would work really great with this. Any low latency chat app would work fine. It's a Bluetooth connection to the phone.
And normally I don't ask, hey, Peter, can we get in the weeds? But how can you see this being used in other applications or other ways, other than maybe a reality TV? How can this be used?
Well, I think for me, there's a number of possibilities. I think in any time you need to discretely queue talent, and I do think that this is a bit bigger than existing earwig solutions, but I think that they can be painted out. I think that you can be creative with makeup. So anywhere you need to discretely communicate with talent, anywhere where you have stage personnel that also needs to join in on the conversation. I mean, I think you can really think of this as an 8 TalkPath wireless communication system. So yeah, I mean, it's limited really by your imagination, and the fact that it's based on